Hello. Happy Wednesday. All right. How's this layout? Does this work? I need the time in. It says live. All right. So, hello, everybody. I don't know why I have Gemini's banner up already. We're going to start with Aries at 2:22 like I always do. Let me get everything set. Timestamps right here. All right, 2:22. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Tried the vertical, come back to this little circle with me up here so you can see what I'm doing, which I'm always doing the same thing, always sitting in the same position. And how is everybody? Hello, happy Wednesday. I love it. Crazy how fast the time flies, but dragging at the same time, right? I love it. I don't, right? But it does feel calmer today, does it not? I mean, I know, the last couple of days, it does seem like, you know what, reality set in, it kicked, it hit, and it's like, here it is. All right. So things actually looking better. So today, all right, late night. That was me on Monday. All right. So that was me Monday night. All right. Good to go. Get it out. Go. Take the mask off. My coach said that to me yesterday because I was trying to act all strong about everything. And she's like, you guys got to rip it off and just still get through the storm. Some of us are tough cookies. But let's get going. So today I'm going to focus on the good stuff. Wednesday's fun. I'm trying to keep it under 2 hours. Any ships that come through. I will pull an oracle to see if there is any challenges or anything right now. But this is the midweek. Hello, nature girl. Oh, hey, I was going to say, hello, Frankie. I don't know what the heck was that all about. Jeff and Danny, what's up? All right. Let's do this. Aries. So Aries, we're looking at the good stuff right now, the next couple days. So the way I'm reading is going to be, no matter what card comes through, it's shifting. So keep that in mind because that's what we're looking at. That's what the intent is. What's shifting, what's changing, what's good, and maybe there's some real goodies. And plus, I will pull an oracle for you. All right, Aries. This card is bending. All right. Wheel of Fortune. Overall energy. So Aries, something quickly turning around. All right. Something that, obviously is life-changing because the Wheel of Fortune is the life compass. It's most of the time it's really good. It's like, all right, luck's on our side. All right. Luck is changing. Things are looking good. All right. It can be a pain in the ass when we get stuck in it or try to control it, or we keep repeating a pattern. That's different. But overall, this is a really good energy that says, Aries, your luck's about to change. All right. So keep that as your motto for the week. Could be something coming back around that you thought you missed. Maybe you thought you missed the bus, but they went around the block and came back around to pick you up. I don't know. Or it could be somebody or has come back around and you're realizing that things have changed. All right. And that hopefully is for everybody, but we know we have those people that come back around that just will never change. The situation will never change. It sounds good, but now I am seeing the Ace of Swords. So you are looking at communication that is coming in. All right. This can also be maybe in the next couple of days, you'll know what it is you really want. Or are you going to purchase something, buy something, or are you going to reach out to someone or clear something up with somebody? So clarity is one of the biggest things that's coming in for you 444 when I said that, Aries. All right, so that can be your numbers too as well. All right, being able to see clearly. This isn't just about, oh, I got a message, right? No, this is about I see clearly. I see the truth, all right? There's no bullshitting. So don't try to bullshit yourself either, if something is coming around. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords is telling you that there may be an opportunity the next couple of days that really lights you up. All right. Maybe through a text, email, phone call. Maybe you see something online and you're like, oh, this looks interesting. Maybe I'll check this out. But of course, in love, and I will pull one for love. Let's see. We are seeing it all works together here. There could be a point being made. Somebody makes a point and it turns things around. Somebody could say something that turns the relationship around. All right. Now, of course, it can always go in any direction, but look at the Magician card. So this obviously is the next couple of days where we just went through the new moon in Cancer. So maybe you're going to start seeing something that you really wished for or have been focusing on actually moving, something coming together. So somebody may take action towards you, something you're manifesting. It may start to form in the next couple of days. You have communication written all over your reading right now. So this goes both ways. You may feel like you're clear on what you want, and you may feel like you're asking for what you want and people are giving you what you want. Seems like people are showing up very attracted to you, in love. If you're single, this can be somebody catching your eye. Maybe you're interested. Maybe you talk to somebody in the next couple of days and it just seems like they're on the same vibe as you. All right. So it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you're in. In love, the Magician is talking about check your energy. Whatever you're giving out, you're getting back in a lot of ways. I mean, we can go down a debate, we can talk, everything, but, keep it light, right? It is what you give out is what you're getting back. So if you're judging, you might think somebody's judging you back, but it's just your mindset, right? But I see in love, though, you're catching the attention of somebody, and Virgo and Gemini. We're still getting close to that Mercury retrograde, getting ready to go forth. So you're gonna hear my voice do all kinds of funny things. All right. So anything else coming towards you? Let's wrap this up. 9 of Cups. This is going to be a good day for hopefully all of you the next 48 hours with the 9 of Cups. Something you really want is coming in. And with that Wheel of Fortune, things may be turning around in a better direction than you imagined. All right, so I am going to pull an oracle and see what the challenge is. But the 9 of Cups is telling me feeling very happy with some sort of outcome around a relationship, around feeling fulfilled, around getting what you want. So something you're seriously focusing on, it's going to turn out better than you think, right? I know we all got problems, but this, I can't solve all your problems, guys, but this looks like one of your problems is going to be solved in the next couple of days. All right. Let's see if there's any challenges or any, advice from the Oracle deck for you. Maybe somebody will finally say that thing. All right. Messages for a rabbit. All right. So the number 15, number 6, number of love. All right. I am seeing messages coming in for you, but the challenge could be the 5 of Swords. That's your challenge with this can be. All right, I'm going to, I'm hearing what I want to hear, but I'm going to talk myself out of it. It's either too good to be true, or I'm going to question everything. Somebody may tell you their truth. Somebody may clear something up with you, but then the challenge for you could be to be curious and suspicious and not trust it and still want to go around in circles to try and figure something out. So maybe sometimes, the talk is the talk, but maybe we don't need to have, question everything. Let's just see how it unfolds. So if you have a lot of communication coming in this week, let's not keep it going. Let's be happy with what comes in, and then let's see if their actions prove, back it up. We need action to back it up. All right. So you may get a lot of that, but you want to watch for the action. Who gives a shit how much you go around in circles and somebody tells you something? Show me the money. All right. That's what I have for Aries. Show me the friggin' money. All right. We're all too old in here to be listened to. And if some of you have all had kids, we're tired of the excuses and the storytelling. All right. Save that, later on you can look back and you can talk about it. We're all sick of it. Show us the money. You can tell I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a really good, it's actually, that energy, we got through it. We got through it all. All right. Let's see, Taurus. I'm going to do Taurus. 11, Taurus, I haven't done this for you in a while. 11. Let me get a good shuffle. All right, Taurus, you got the lucky number 1111, and I'm telling you, I've been seeing that a lot lately, and not on purpose, right? But I think it was 2024 when Taurus sun went into, I don't know if I can't remember now because I'm getting old, but the moon and the sun went in at exactly 1111. So if for some reason I've been holding on to that number for you, all right? And I like the floating circle. Gemini approved. All right. Taurus, let's see the good stuff coming in. Keeping it light right now, trying to see how things are changing. You may still have some problems going on, but let's see what's changing. You have a 7 of Cups, right? So it does seem like some of you are kind of in your head, wondering about things, and this can be really, really beautiful. It's like, what are you imagining? What are you trying to create here, Taurus? It's not impossible. It is not impossible. You got this, right? But some of you are kind of getting caught in that energy of enjoying, daydreaming, and fantasizing about a different life. All right. But now maybe this is the week where one of those things, a doorway's opening, or you're finally making some sort of choice to, sick of dealing with the Dollar Tree, you know what I mean? You might just level up and go to Five Below. I don't know. I see those stores all everywhere and I never go into them, but I'm always like, are they even dollar stores? Or, now we got a $5 store or something like that. All right. But do you really want that? Or are you going to go and finally shop at the store that you really want to go to and buy yourself that thing? Give yourself the thing you really want, because you can choose the other options and they may fulfill you for the current moment. They might make you feel good in the moment, but they don't last long. You're going to start seeing threads come out and you're going to be able to pull it and it's going to fall apart. It's not going to last a long time. And you like to hold on to things, right? So here it is. This is a week of maybe you going, you know what? I'm sick of buying 16 pairs of generic shoes all year long. I might just get one pair of a really good shoe because it's going to fulfill me more. And you may be going through that energy right now. So let's see. Page of Cups. I love it. So there is new love may be coming in for you. So some of you singles out there, hi, Anne. It feels like the Page of Cups is saying, I'm here, I'm falling for you. Maybe you are dealing with somebody that is a little bit more softer around the edges, doesn't know how to always tell you how they feel, but maybe this is the week where there's no more guessing. Maybe somebody is, the next couple days, somebody's going to tell you how they feel. Maybe they're trying to get the nerve to tell you, hey, I really love you, or I really care about you. It's like, but sorry about my pain in the assness. Some people can get a ticket. You can get out of jail free card for being a pain in the ass, but you know what kind of pain in the ass I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the ones that I don't know why we're wasting our time with pain in the asses. This is somebody here, it looks like softening up around you in the next couple of days. So pay attention to, you know, how they're talking to you, what they're saying, or maybe even some of their actions towards you. And this is a crush energy. So for some of you, the Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups, we're talking about, you know, you got some options, Taurus, so don't shut down and focus on just one person. You know, if you're dealing with somebody that's keeping you guessing or confused, you know, open the door and just until somebody puts a ring on your finger, or and vice versa for the men, till somebody is showing up at your door every single day. A woman is you're gonna know they want you. You don't commit to anybody, and there could be another option coming in. So that was me adding an opinion, but let's see what else is coming in. I see the Ace of Wands. So there is somebody trying to knock at your door, and there could be also an idea that you have that you might actually feel the need to do something about. So this is physical action. So some of you might actually act upon something that you've been thinking about. So if there's a project coming, is there somebody that you want to talk to? This is you initiating maybe conversation with somebody, and it may turn out better than you think. Now, if this is something coming your way or somebody lighting you up with a new idea, this is also an opportunity for you to start something new. And maybe it is something you've been manifesting with the Seven of Cups, but you ultimately have the choice of whether or not you want to go down this road. All right, so this could be job related is what I'm seeing. Somebody opening up the doorway for you, and lots of communication when it comes around joy. All right, so something bringing joy to your life in the next 48 hours. All right, and I'm seeing justice for some of you. All right, somebody feeling guilty. Is it you? Is it somebody else? Or is it both of you? Are you guys realizing that we both played a part in something and we're both wanting to reconcile? All right, so this is also for some of you, karma. You know, there's still a part of me. I ask for forgiveness every day, but there's still a part of me that's like, oh, I wish people would get theirs, you know. And the idea is to forgive and not want it. All right, but it does come in and then not gloat about it. All right, so there could be something like that coming in for my Tauruses, where maybe you're like, damn, I'm glad I did what I did and I stuck to my integrity and I stayed out of that one, but they got theirs and that's it. But also there could be some legal settlement for some of you, and there could be justice for you in a sense that you're getting some money. Maybe you get back some money. Maybe you overpaid in taxes. I don't know. But I am seeing something very successful when it comes to the legal aspect. Now, your oracle. All right. I don't know who I called in today, but oracle for Taurus. You have water, fire, and you have Libra energy here too. So some of you, I know you love hearing that Libra energy. That was a little clickbaity. All right, let's see. Becoming braver. All right. So this is going to be also a challenge for you too. All right. This is the oracle today is going to be the challenge I'm pulling out. So resilience, you are very strong. That's like the Nine of Wands, right? So sometimes it's hard for you to take a risk, right? You know, you want to, but you're so protective of yourself, and you're like, it's not that you can't do it. It's just like, why even take the chance, right? But this week may be asking you, there's an experience coming in and it's going to help you grow, right? So it may be asking you to take that bold step and make that choice that you've been wanting to do. So there is something that's eating at you that you really are being asked to dive in and step up and make the choice, take the risk. All right. And most likely it's about your life, your career, you know, because love, I mean, you guys got that, you know, you got your challenges there. All right. Love you. All right. Gemini. Let's see where the gems are at today. It's going to be like that every single day, I think. And remember, guys, the Gemini energy that I focus on is because it hits my chart pretty hard. So it may not hit always all you guys the way I'm saying when you hear me talk about it. It's just, it's something that's the Mars and the Uranus is really shaking me up in my chart. All right. And I know many Geminis, and it does seem like whatever's going on is going on, right? All right, let's see. Thank you, mods. Well, the Uranus is opposing my Uranus directly. That's why I keep talking about it. And it's got other things it's hidden. So, and Mars is too. And it's on my south node. Gemini, your energy is really hitting me. All right. Your cards are flying everywhere too. The good stuff the next 48 hours. The good stuff the next 48 hours. I'm going to change the time because it was taking me forever. All right. Yeah, the energy is just ultimately, so granted, when I'm talking about Gemini in your reading, it's not always going to be, you got to take what resonates. All right. All right, Gemini. Let's see the goodies. All right, you have the Ace of Swords too. So, you know, maybe you're dealing with a challenging situation right now. You could be clearing that up. You know, miscommunication during that retrograde, you know, maybe you couldn't find the words, and I feel like now, you know, maybe you got the right words to say, or, you know, focusing on something new, fresh perspective, really. You know, maybe something was said and now you're realizing it could be said differently. And let's talk, let's think things through before we talk, but let's talk is the kind of energy with this. You know, and it's being able to finally see freshly through the fog that's been kind of going on right now. And it may only be momentarily. You know, it seems like every week is going to be different. Every couple days might be different for you. And it focus on one thing at a time, what you can, and not let all the minutia around you set you off course. All right, so I am seeing the Knight of Swords for your energy, Gemini, and this is you. Now, this is a card for me that is so, can be irrational at times, can be unexpected, can be a surprise, information coming your way. You know, you're thinking, you know, I said this yesterday, you're thinking everything's cool, everything's great, and all of a sudden, somebody does something or says something, and it's just like, where the hell, why the hell, or why is this happening? Or like you're fine, every day is going great, and then all of a sudden you stub your toe. That kind of bullshit is the Knight of Swords, right? And then it can be very defensive. So it's like somebody's swearing and being sarcastic and getting pissed off and, you know, and losing their shit one minute. And then the next minute, everything's fine. Let's go have some fun. Let's go take off. Let's get out of here. Let's go get on the bike and roll, you know? And let's see. So this is your energy. So this can be you getting over shit super quick, but also, you know, losing your shit really quick too. All right. So the next couple of days, maybe something has happened. Maybe, you know, what I'm going to say is that things will be settled. Things will be settled. It seems like a lot of people are dealing with kind of the same energy one way or another, and people might be getting over things. So maybe it feels like people are getting over things a lot quicker for you. All right. But you could be all over the place, and maybe some clarity or direction is coming in for you. Where does somebody stand? Where do you stand? You know, where are you going in life? What the hell? You know, answer something, God, you know, don't just leave me here hanging. And I see the Seven of Cups for you too. And I shuffled for extra long time, and Taurus got this as well. So you do have somebody thinking about you, somebody from your DM, somebody that's on your list of maybes. Somebody that's an option for you is coming in pretty quickly. All right. And there could be, the conversation could go in a direction that you never thought going. All right. And, you know, this is somebody that obviously crosses your mind. This is something that you've been manifesting. Now, if it's not love, this could also be work related, life related, you know, something that you thought, or you were manifesting in, you were imagining, could actually show up in the next couple days as a chance that brings it to reality. You know, I was just thinking that this was a daydream, but now it seems real. What else is coming in? I see the Two of Pentacles. In the next couple of days, some of you guys could be actually making plans to get together with somebody. All right. Or making plans to meet up with somebody, whether it's around a relationship or work or just travel or getting together with friends or making plans here to get together with friends. I am seeing here that something is going to, you may not be sure. And this is where, you know, you're going to have to decide as well. But it looks like you have a doorway opening up for you to go in a whole different direction. Somebody could finally reach out, like I said, that you haven't seen in a while or that crossed your mind. So let's see your biggest challenge. Ding dong. It could be a message at your front door. It could be somebody that you run into and you didn't expect it. Somebody from that little black, the little black book. Somebody from the little black book stepping up. All right. So here's your biggest challenge, Gemini. Painting the roses red and covering up errors. So making excuses for somebody or making excuses. So, you know, you have the Seven of Cups. You have somebody here that maybe returning and, you know, it's okay this time, or, you know, the excuses is going to be your biggest challenge. All right. And also, here's the thing, listening to somebody else's excuses, not just you making excuses about somebody's behavior, but, you know, justifying your own as well. And, you know, so be mindful of that. We can put those we can make things look good, or we can try to make things look better than they are. And that's the Seven of Cups as well, too. So you could be manifesting something in that's on your mind, but just make sure that we're still in retrograde. All right. I know. It's like, I know it's bullshit, but let's tuck it, because my heart, I'm in love. I feel this person. I want this. What if, you know, we all do it. All right. We all do it. Or maybe they'll be better this time. I love you, Gemini. All right. Cancer. It's not your birthday yet. Leo. Cancer. All right, let me get a good shuffle just to shake it up a bit. Mondays I do that. Today I'm not doing that. Sundays and Mondays I do the all signs. I can't do them every single time I go live. These lives will be 4 hours long every single time. I know you guys love it, but it also gets repetitive. All right. She meant the Aries through Pisces portion. Yeah. Sometimes I'll throw it in there, but the reading's been getting long this week. 8 of Pentacles overall energy, Cancer. So it looks as though, you know, things finally coming together, or just feeling like, you know, feeling on the top of your game this week. There is some abundance here. So if you're working a lot, you could get some extra money. If you've been doing and staying in your own lane and just doing your thing, you may get a surprise, or somebody may be noticing you. Somebody may offer you another position. And also, you just may feel successful. There's an overall energy the next couple of days where it just feels like whatever it is you're committed to, whatever you're putting the work into, it just feels like, all right, they're working with me. Things seem to work. Things are coming together. A new job too, possibly. If some of you are looking for a job, this could be a yes. If you put in the application and you're wondering what's going on, for many of you, you're highly qualified. But also that can be a damper too. But we're looking at the good stuff. Sometimes you don't get the job because you're highly qualified, and that could be why it didn't pull through. But it doesn't mean it's the end of your story. All right. So your energy is the Fool card this week. Trying some new experiences the next couple days. Sorry, the next 48 hours is what I'm looking at in this reading. And you may find yourself doing things that you didn't expect. Somebody may show up into your life unexpected. You know, it's like, here we go again. You know, try something new. You know, you're kind of minding your business, so just be ready to be unprepared for some experience that's coming in for you in the next couple of days. You know, you want to be mindful, you want to have control over everything, but all of a sudden, you know, you're walking down the street to go to the same old, you know, coffee shop, and somebody pulls over that you haven't seen in a while and says, you know, hey, let's go over and try this new place. You know, let's go. I haven't seen you in forever. You know, something like that. So a lot of fresh starts here, and a new experience that's on its way to you. I see the King of Wands. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. So I do see somebody important showing up for you, Cancer. Somebody here that maybe you have thought of or you haven't thought of before, but fire. It seems like the passion is really lit, and you both are very excited to talk about the future together. So whether that's making plans to get together again, or making plans, this person here really wants to see something go somewhere. The only, you know, I can't help but see with the Fool card though, just if this is somebody that has been on again, off again, I just want to remind you that, you know, this is still Fool energy, which says it's not definite and nothing's guaranteed, but it does look like somebody really, you know, generous and really given, and somebody very excited and feeling very drawn to see you. All right. So anything else coming through? I see the Four of Pentacles. So something that's been keeping you very protective of your finances. Maybe some of you have been holding back. Maybe some of you are afraid to spend extra, or you're just budgeting, or you're just, you know, you like to, you know, control your money because you don't know if there's going to be a rainy day someday. All right. The Eight of Pentacles is telling me, though, there is an increase in money. So some of you could be getting somebody that owes you, somebody that pays you back. And so, you know, this could also be you opening up a little bit to somebody else, you know, not being so closed off and guarded when it comes to somebody else. But when it comes to money, it seems like an increase in money, and I'm going to leave it there. So if somebody owes you debt, or if you're afraid somebody's asking of you again, coming in to ask you for more, it looks like they could be paying you back. Now that could be with effort too. It doesn't necessarily have to be money or resources. Now your oracle, let's see if there is any challenges or advice for this week for Cancer. All right. Ooh, never jam today. All right. So one of the challenges some of you could have this week is promises that never come to be, empty words, and, you know, not living in the now. So a lot of you here could be holding on to a situation, and, yes, it looks like somebody here coming in for a fresh start in the next couple of days, right? But something keeps you fearful. Something makes you feel like you got to hold on and grip really tightly because you don't feel emotionally safe, or you don't feel grounded in the relationship, like they're supporting you. All right. Now, this person can show up again this week, and it's going to be hard with the Fool card here. That's discernment. So yes, they're coming back, but I feel like you got to let this person prove themselves. All right. Don't just, it's empty words again. And it might not be for some of you, but you tend to forgive right away and hold on because you're very protective of relationships. And, but this here is also telling you that even this reading isn't guarantee that this person may make promises to you that they can't keep. All right. Now, also be mindful of friends and people and other people that say, hey, can I borrow something from you? I promise I'll pay you back, or I promise I'll do this. Those kind of things. If you've heard it before, don't fall trap for it. That's going to be your challenge. This is a week where it looks like people are paying you back, not taken from you. All right. That's what I have. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Soul Circle. All right, Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo Moon. That's my baby, my son. To me, that seems like the most fun placement for a fire moons. I feel like are fun placements. All right, Knight of Swords for you. Things coming in pretty quickly for you in the next couple days. That conversation, that finally what's up, what's been going on, a surprise, reason, explanation, or excuse that, kind of changes the direction of things. And I see the Two of Cups for you. So it feels like maybe there is some arguments or there's some miscommunication going on between you and a partner, but love keeps pulling you together. Now, so I am seeing though that there could be somebody that's defensive in the next couple of days, right? And you got a lot of words coming your way. You got a big mouthful coming your way, right? But this is an opportunity for you guys to end the conflict. So it's like, all right, here it comes. But when it comes to your front door, can you, instead of battle it, can you bring them closer through forgiveness? Even if it comes up again at a later date, let it come up at a later date. Maybe the next couple of days is just softening up, and, maybe we can agree to disagree. I see the Hanged Man, so an end to the silence. Something shifting. If you and a partner, or you and a person, or a situation in your life in general has been kind of at a standstill, that is ending. All right. That is where out of nowhere, finally it's like, oh, there you are. I thought I was letting go. I was in the unknown. All right. So there is a shift here in something that's been keeping you hanging for quite some time, or if there's been silent treatment between you and another person, or a block, this could be the next couple days where that is being removed. Could be Pisces. And we have the Wheel of Fortune for you. Aries had this. So it looks like the fire signs this next couple days have some real good luck around them. So if you have some real strong Aries, Leo, Sag placements, Leo, Jupiter there is bringing in some goodies, you know what I mean? Bringing in some real goodies that could shape, you know, the direction of your life. So today it might be like, I'm bored, what's going on? And then in a couple days, it could be like, wow, well, I have a new direction, you know, my life is changing and I did not see this coming. So luck, when it comes to your luck is turning. Leo's luck is turning, right? Somebody coming around is finally understanding you. Somebody coming around and finally seeing you for who you are. Somebody coming around and seeing your talents. Somebody, you know, if you've been down on your luck lately, that is shifting. That's changing, right? And it is karma too. It is karma. So that is why if something is coming back around and it's a karmic cycle and it seems like we keep dealing with the same shit with the person, that is why it's saying maybe the best thing to do is kiss and make up for the moment. And I'm not talking about really unhealthy relationships here. Guys, I try to keep it, you know where I'm at, in the middle, right? I'm from dysfunction. I'm not trying to call that in, all right? So if it's that dysfunctional, the turning point is counseling, right? But anything above that, it looks like we can kiss and make up and maybe talk about it later, is what I'm getting for my Leos. You know, and I have the Seven of Swords. So there's a confession coming in. All right. There's somebody getting something off their chest that's been weighing on them. So if somebody has been lying to you about something, and it does happen, if somebody has been sneaking around, if somebody has cheated on you in the past, if somebody wasn't being honest with you, all right, this could be somebody that's breaking the silence and really wanting to fess up. You will know, your soul will know, because this is two people that are being pulled together, or a situation that is karmic. You will know if they're being authentic. You have got to trust your instincts for this one. Don't call bullshit and then kiss and make up and know it's bullshit, because then that becomes your karma. All right, Leo. Let's see. Let's get your oracle. What could be the challenge this week? For my lions. Ooh, look at this. Pain in the Roses red. What a perfect card. Cancer just had this. And you see, I have to always like declare. I'm always like, I'm guilty. I shuffled. Right? You see me now. All right. Pain in the Roses red. Covering up errors. So be mindful that some of you, this is a great next couple days. For those of you that have dealt with some challenges, getting over them, you know, we all have them. But if you're dealing with a big L, is it a big L, big loser? Or somebody that you know is not being truthful, you know, your biggest challenge is fighting your heart, because your heart may deceive you. But I love them, you know, but, you know, you can love a lot of people. I'm sure some of the worst people in jail, their moms love them, all right? But they still belong in jail, all right? So just be mindful that for some of you, that person that you know that has hurt you could be trying to confess to you this week. And you know, this could be for you to strengthen your courage, to be like, the tables are turning, and sorry, honey, I'm not going down that road again. All right. So I just want to hit that note, and so that some of you don't feel like this is the green to on a relationship that is a big L. All right, Virgo. It's Virgo time. 44. Oh, Virgo's got 44, 44. I'm taking it. Virgo, 44, 44. You're welcome. I thought so too. Cancer, Leo kind of were similar in a way too. Yes, Taurus. All right, Virgo. So you got the 4444, right? Weekly number. Great number. You've been seeing it. Maybe, you know, something big's about to change regarding your home, your foundation, you know, feeling comfy, maybe moving, maybe thinking about moving. The World card, maybe think about traveling the world. All right. So this is a week of completion. I mean, I keep saying week because I'm used to doing Monday's reading for the week. This is the next 48 hours for Virgo. Huge coming togethers, right? You know, it's like something coming around to finally be like, what is this? What are we doing? Right? We need to close this gap, and we need to figure out the next step. All right. We can't keep going around in circles. Right. We need to make that big decision. So you could be making a huge decision, all right, around your life and your goals. And this could even be work, achievements. Maybe some of you are like, you know what, I'm done with this. I want to do something different with my life. Right. And so this is closures, but it's also things coming together. So if you've been really working on something and wondering where something is going and trying to see, you know, you've been letting it just kind of settle and see how things happen, things are coming together the next couple of days. All right. So, and I felt that, you know, I did, my whole car situation was, you know, that to me, this next couple of days, right, it's going to be solved. That's the energy. Yeah, it was difficult, challenging, but we made it. We're making it. All right. So 3 of Wands, we're moving on. Next problem, new day, right? So it looks like the next couple of days you're moving forward. All right. Something coming together, maybe something you've been waiting on. You could decide to go somewhere. Some of you may be actually relocating. I see a huge move. All right. So that could be somebody even moving in, or, you know, your whole living situation just being shaken up. It's like, what's going on here? One minute I felt like I was, you know, alone, going crazy, pulling my hair out. And now everything feels like it's coming together, even with the 3 of Wands. So you're getting some clear space. You're getting some clear skies. And some of you may be thinking about just going around and doing some new things, and, you know, or connecting with somebody and hanging out with somebody. So you could be moving forward in a relationship with somebody as well, making plans here, actual for the future, to move in together, or to maybe, you know, the 4 of Wands to me can even be buying a home together or sharing space together in some way. So this is making plans for that. And I have the King of Swords. So I do see an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Some of you are King of Swords in the next couple of days. So if you've been waiting on, you know, the truth, communication, where we going, where things headed, here it is. All right. And you can trust what they're saying. You know, it feels like the King of Swords. I'll look at the challenge card though, because obviously you can't trust everybody. Right. But it feels like if you can really trust this person, the direction, the closure, the conclusion will feel so comfortable that you will be making plans that happen immediately. This isn't going to be something like we're talking and no action. Venus is in Virgo. So it's like, Virgo's like, show me the money. Virgo's like, oh, you want to get together? I already made the plans. Here you go. Check them out. I already have the car at your front door. Let's go. So that's the kind of energy here. If this is somebody that's speaking their truth, your to-do list is already ready, the plans, and they're ready to comply. All right. You're not going to be tapping your toes waiting for somebody. What else is coming in? I see a resolution to some sort of conflict or tension that you may have with people around you. So if people have been aggravating you lately, the heat's been getting to you, people stressing you out, and you trying to keep your Virgo trying to keep their tongue in their mouth, you know, ready to say something. You know, it looks like maybe there's some resolution to the way people have been showing up for you. right? If you've had some argument or, some discouragement with people lately, or just feeling like you haven't been fitting in, or you can't seem to fix a problem, or, people around you just seem to come to you with a lot of problems, that energy looks like it's easing up. All right, maybe you'll finally see we're moving on past something. And again, if you are having some difficult times, the whole message for you today is fight through it because the end is near. All right. Let's see your oracle. Any advice or challenge though for some of you? All right. If I get that roses card again, it does. It does. It does. It does. All right. Woohoo! All right. So keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. There's the 5 of Wands. So I know I'm looking at the good stuff coming in, and it does seem like maybe some people are getting to you, and you could get frustrated. Just know that energy is shifting. Maybe that's part of the retrograde energy. People just really triggering you, getting in your space. Frustrated you because they're complicating your life and you didn't ask for it. Virgo's like, I got enough problems. I'm tired of fixing everything. Leave me alone. But if there's anything that I see as a challenge for you in the next 48 hours, it's going to be not getting pissed off at the people around you. Yes, do you notice that? The earth signs are getting that. The earth signs are kind of getting that energy. It just seems like you're just trying to do your thing, but life's trying to just test you and see if you're awake. So keep your temper. Don't let somebody pull you out of alignment in the next couple days, especially if it's somebody trying to return. Hold composure. Meditate on the Strength card. All right, Virgo, love you. Libra, let's see what my Libra's got. These are going in good pace today. I like it. All right, Libra time. Good stuff. Let me get a good shuffle. Give me like 20 seconds. All right. Libra ascendant. Libra, sun, moon, rising. Woo. All right, so this card just fell out. All right, so the good stuff coming is the end to some sort of fight that you've been having when it comes to finances for some of you, or a health situation. All right. Not feeling very supported. Maybe you feel like, you've been dealing with some issues or conflict and nobody's really seeing how much you're struggling or how much you're really dealing with. You got a big smile on your face, right? For everybody. All right. So something is turning around when it comes to, just feeling like every time you turn the corner, life's giving you another lemon, right? Or throwing another problem your way. So the next, couple days, it seems like, things are turning around for you. Maybe there's somebody paying you back. Maybe somebody is seeing you and actually comes up, and asks if you need help, for some of you. So your biggest problem has been being ignored, or maybe being rejected, or feeling like the whole world is just rejecting you right now. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell did I do? I made my bed, I got up, I'm doing well, and it just seems like, boom. It's like, is it my turn? right? So it looks like you could be getting paid back something that you're owed. All right. So hopefully we're looking at the really good stuff, right? So if there's anything that you did to piss somebody off, well, getting back what's due to you too. But I'm not calling in that energy. All right. So a shift to your resources and your needs. All right. The Temperance card. So here it is too. It feels like, you're getting checked up, you're pulling over at the gas station, you're refueling, things are coming back into order. It feels like you can kind of calm down a little bit or feel chill or relaxed now. A resolution to your problems, right? Or an immediate problem that you're having. Obviously, not all our problems are always going to be, we're always going to have problems, right? But something that's immediately right now really kind of making you feel like everybody's distant from you. Where is everybody when I need something? That's starting. Maybe there's more people around you. They just needed to wake up. Maybe they didn't see how much something was really affecting you. And I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles here as well too. So there's something around money, and there's something around your foundation, receiving help from somebody, or being able to spend a little bit more money because maybe something is cheaper, something is turning out to be a different price. I'm going to pull one more for you, and I just see the Nine of Wands. It's your message for the next 48 hours, Libra. Anything that you feel like you've been just handling it on your own and you feel like nobody's seeing you, it feels like you've got support coming your way. You got people coming to your help, something paying out for you. And I'm also hearing too, you got to ask for the help when you need it. So if whoever I'm talking to, if you've been struggling on your own and you just feel like you're not being seen, people might be seeing the smile on your face and might not realize, maybe you're being strong and you're not wanting people to see if you're struggling with something, but they might not realize it, especially if you're being super friendly and pleasant and acting like nothing's going on. But whatever's been holding you back that you feel like you've been trucking through, it looks like you are seeing your life come back into balance. Okay. Now let's see any challenges to watch out for. Playing it cool. I'm good for that one. Everything's cool. Everybody asks me how am I doing. Everything's great. I'm great. I'm good. And, then you have a meltdown and nobody knows what to do. You're a soldier. Just trying to keep the peace. All right. So any challenges for you is impossible things. So working through disbelief. Some of you just said to me, I'll believe it when I see it, right? And so that's your biggest challenge is, trusting in the impossible things happening. And, even when it comes to manifesting, even if you feel like something just could not change, there's no way anything could change. I invite you to listen to Wayne Dyer. It's like, he has one video that's like 2 hours long, and it's full of all the most beautiful nuggets of knowledge for life ever. And miracles do happen. So if some of you really are feeling a crunch or a pinch and just think that nobody sees you, or life or God has even left the building, believe in the impossible things happening in the next 48 hours. So there could be a miracle coming in for whoever needed to hear this message. Now, some of you Libras probably, you might be like, I'm good to go. This could be just for some Libras that really needed to hear that. Okay. All right. What did we do? What did we do? What did I do? Guilty. All right. Let's see. Scorpio. Little devils. Wait a minute, where did my, look at this, it's retrograde and I lost the Scorpio timestamp. Give me a second to find it. It deleted itself. It goes straight from Libra to Sagittarius. All right, Scorpio. That one. Scorpio. All right, hello, Bina. Bernadette and Nature, what's up? Let's give some good stuff. Come on, Scorpio needs to hear some good stuff. Next couple days. Next couple days for my Scorpios. Scorpio. All right, here we go. We're looking at the good stuff. So it's going to be shifts and changes here. Calling in, you know, let's do this. I'm here for you. Scorpio, look at that. My power worked. Scorpio, I called you in. I did. Whew. Maybe we can be ourselves again. Maybe we can relax and chill. Maybe there's another water sign showing up in the next 48 hours for you, right? We are seeing some loving. We're seeing, you know, contentment, peace. Believe it or not, nobody wants to say this, but Scorpio sign is very chill, very calm, and very peaceful, right? Very social. But everybody always talks about the bullshit, you know, but this is really good, you know, feeling like you can maybe settle in, but you're in your power again. So the next couple of days looking good. Look at the little devil behind that. I almost called you guys the devil too. And you also have a King of Swords. So be mindful, you know, that soften up, be vulnerable, because this is showing me cold-heartedness. So I don't know if some of you have been really triggered lately, or you got a stone cold heart right now. That's, or you're dealing with somebody like that. They're coming up, they're creeping up behind you. So if you're calling somebody else like that in, you know, you guys have a strong attachment to each other, you know. So I do see that. I see two kings showing up for my Scorpios. Let's see. We're looking at the good stuff. Ace of Pentacles. All right. So yes, here it is. Doorway opening. Maybe there's some money coming in. Let's call it in. All right. Money, an opportunity to make money, an opportunity for a fresh start with somebody. You know, it does look like you and another person really trigger each other. You may have communication, different communication styles. All right. You can be kind of deep and emotional, direct and to the point, and hit somebody right in their deepest root problem. And then, what did I do? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. And then you have somebody who's a King of Swords who can, you know, cut you with their words. All right. They can get straight. They can write direct. And so I don't know who's more direct and who can be, a King of Swords or a King of Cups. I don't know. Pick the one. All right, but it looks like a peace treaty. It looks like there could be a peace treaty coming in with you, and it's an honest, you know, something about this connection is wanting to, you know, you guys want to commit to each other. Maybe we're talking about it. This could be a new home for some of you too. Some of you thinking about a new home or a new job. There could be an opportunity showing up. So pay attention to signs of, you know, like I'm looking at properties too, and you know, maybe the right property will come your way. All right, so in the next couple of days you have good news. This to me is like, you know, play your luck changing. So maybe if you're going to spend a little bit, maybe this is, you know, put some money down on something, or even lottery, you know, $1. All right, don't ever, you know, use your savings. But it does look like there could be somebody also returning a favor for you too. Somebody giving you something back that they owe you. Seems to be something that wants to come through. Does somebody owe me something? If somebody does, man, I could use it now. Right now, the Two of Cups. So I am seeing, you know, two people that, you know, care about each other here, you know. So no matter what challenges you're having, It's, hey, let's talk about it. You know, can we resolve some conflict? So if you've had a recent conflict with somebody because you were triggered emotionally, they might have gone cold on you for a second, but it looks like the love between the two of you, it's like we're figuring each other out. All right, you pissed me off, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. So this is where, you know, we just do better next time. So maybe there's a resolution to conversation. Now, if you're single, Scorpio, I am seeing here, you are attracting in somebody. So the next couple of days could be really lucky for you with somebody that shows up in your awareness. Now, the eighth can be a physical offer, like somebody introducing themselves to you. But it does look like it could take off pretty fast, right? We're on the same page here. And I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So improvements around your resources, around money, around work. You know, you're going to have to put the work in. So some of you might have to work a little more, but the work's going to pay off. If you've been working your ass off, it looks like you're going to get some sort of return of investment here with the Knight of Pentacles. And it does look like the next couple of days, something around your everyday routine looks like it could be improving. Your health could be improving as well, too. So let's see if there's any challenges or the oracle that you need to be aware of. I see a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have air and you have fire. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Not fire, water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for you. Work could be steady for you. Feeling like you're on top of your game. You might find out that something has more value than you thought. All right. So your biggest challenge in the next 48 hours is a moment's regret, fearing that you made a mistake. All right. And also being very nostalgic. So some of you could find yourself, this is a 5 of Cups. This could be a 5 of Cups energy for some of you. And that's your energy, Scorpio. So you may feel like you made a mistake or you said something in the next 48 hours. Don't doubt yourself. You know, did I make the wrong choice? Maybe some of you regretting, letting somebody go or making a decision to let somebody go. Maybe you made a decision to purchase something. I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably thought everything through before you did it. All right. So if you have a moment of regret, show yourself some grace and compassion and trust that you made the right decision, because these cards right here for you are showing you moving forward on the right path. All right. And the devil showed up underneath you. So you're always doubting yourself and never trusting yourself because of maybe something that has happened in the past. But this feels like you got to learn to trust yourself and not regret your choices. All right. Let's see. Sagittarius. I love you, Scorpio. Yeah, they are going good together. I'm glad you saw that. I picked the right cards. Sometimes, it is all about the cards you choose to use and whether they vibe with each other. And is it Simonita or Five Monita? I'm glad you like this style. I brought it back. I was like, I fart around every now and then and try to change things up, but why change something that's already working? 109 for Sagittarius. All right, Saggy. Give me like 20 seconds to shuffle. All right, Sagittarius, let's see the good stuff coming in the next 48 hours. You got the Nine of Cups. Does anybody remember who else got the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck? Was it Taurus? Aries? I think it was fire. I think it was Leo or Aries, maybe. So I feel like my fire signs are being hit with some good energy the next couple days. It doesn't mean we're all not. You know, you can find the fire in your chart, but my fire signs today, you guys got some good energy coming through. So I love Saggy. Let's fly high here for a second. Maybe your biggest wish coming through. Getting that thing that you want. Getting that thing that just makes you feel good. Feeling like you're getting the attention you want. You know, satisfaction guaranteed here. All right. So a wish coming true. For my Saggies. Now, King of Cups coming in for you. So some of you dealing with the water sign. Somebody's got their eye on you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And somebody here feeling you. Somebody desiring you. So it looks like one of those really good moments, you know. We're feeling each other. And you know, like it doesn't, I'm idealized. I'm going big, right? But this doesn't guarantee loyalty, but it does guarantee a good start. All right. It's like, all right, you got a king showing up here. So we can make this happen. But sometimes, you know, you go big, you got somebody with this big abundant energy and everything seems so big. It might be love at first sight. It could be, oh, this is amazing. And it's right up your alley. It's what you like. 11111 when I said that. 11111. So maybe, you know, for somebody, hopefully all of you, this is an amazing person that enters your life. And I see the Queen of Swords. So you could have a conversation with a feminine energy in your life too. But this could also be you seeing the future with somebody. All of a sudden you're seeing the picture clear. Maybe I can start preparing for my future. Maybe I can see things, you know. Having a very good conversation with somebody, it feels like you guys just get each other emotionally and mentally. So you could have a lot of dealings with a couple different people in the next 48 hours if you've been waiting on, you know, waiting on something or someone or a dispute or trying to resolve a dispute. Looks like you could do that, resolve it. You know, seeing things from everybody's perspective and being able to be the mediator. Maybe you will be the mediator, or you're the one people come to and, you know, they're trusting your judgment. Okay, I just got another message. So if you got the glasses on, the rose-colored glasses on, trust your friends. If they say, oh, they're too good to be true, trust your friends, right? But if you're falling in love, ask the people who really care about you, what do they really think about this person, right? If your people really care about you, your family, let's see what their opinion is. And I see the Ace of Swords. You got an Ace of Swords here. So this is bringing in, some of you could be getting an invitation to even start a new job, an invitation to buy something. You might be getting those papers. It could be something legal too. But clarity and truth is coming in for you, communication with where something stands with a situation that you're currently dealing with. And I know that's a really general, but that's really what it is. It brings news. It brings something you've been wanting to hear. And remember, the Nine of Cups is the energy for you. So it feels like you've been wanting something, waiting for it. If you're buying something and, you know, you might finally get the answer that you're looking for. Now, if there's any challenges for you this week, some of you single people, somebody could be introducing you to somebody. All right. What is Sag's oracle / challenge maybe? Use your time well, make every moment count. So this could be procrastination and also busybody. So this week, if somebody's trying to enter your life, and this is somebody new, if you're saying no to invitations or you're always filling your time and you're rushing around, you're going to miss the bus. You're going to be so busy that you're running in and out of stores, or you're rushing around, and then you miss the opportunity that might be trying to come in, or you may miss that text, right? And make every moment intentional and count. And also, your biggest challenge could be filling your time with stuff that is not getting you anywhere, or not going to add to, any quality to your life. So if you get asked to go somewhere and it seems like a really good opportunity to get together with somebody, go. If you're finding yourself, lazy or not wanting to do anything, this could also be, something coming up and you're like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. That could be your challenge in the next couple of days, right? So use your time well and make every moment count. So everything has to be intentional. Hello, Pinky Love. Let's see. Capricorn. All right, 117. I'm sending you love, little mama. I'm sensitive to that too. I know those moments suck. It's like the hardest days, you got to pick yourself up and try and show up one way or another. All right, let's see, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. All right, so what are you losing sleep over? What's been worrying you? It feels like you can finally let some anxiety go. Maybe the tables have turned, right? It feels like, you've constantly show up, you've done what you can do, and there's no need to stress about something that you're really stressing about. There's just no need to, worry so much, right? I mean, that's good advice for everybody anyways, but something shouldn't be keeping you up at night. Something's going to turn around here, and I see the Star card, right? Especially feels like nighttime is difficult maybe for some of you. You could be going through a rocky time. The Star card indicates, it may be rough, but you're trying to stay positive, or you may have had some challenges over the past year or the past week, but the next couple of days, something is clearing up for you. Something very positive. It may not be the solution to every single problem in your life, but you have this happy outcome. So maybe better sleep, pay attention to your dreams. Something that you've been desiring is finally starting to maybe make itself available. So you're seeing a possibility and you're not losing hope in a situation. So it could be signs that are showing up for you in the next couple of days where maybe you don't have to make a concrete decision about something, but you're starting to see relief from a situation that you might be in. Now, this doesn't mean that you're living a devastating life, but it could be, you know, some of us, you know, the smallest crisis feels like, you know, a mountain to me at times. And even if everything else is going pretty chill. So something that's really weighing on you is, you know, you're going to see in the next 48 hours that things aren't as bad as you think they are. All right. You know, and I got the 5 of Pentacles. So something around your health, your money and resources or debt is turning around. You know, so somebody could pay you back. Maybe somebody sees you, sees what's going on, offers assistance. You know, you're not in this alone. So there could be some support coming in around you. Maybe some of you have been dealing with some struggles behind the scenes. You don't want to tell anybody about it. Maybe you're getting sick of being rejected or sick of shit not turning out for you. But, you know, there's maybe some blessings behind why something didn't turn out for you. And I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles for you. So we're seeing a complete turnaround. Work, routine, daily health, daily life, people in your life. Things seem to be showing up and things getting more consistent for you in the next couple of days. You may get some money coming in. Somebody, again, I keep saying, somebody who owes you money, pay you back, come back around. But you're fixing things. So something that you might think is broke is not broke. It's actually, we're repairing. So you may be making some repairs as well. You know, like I am. All right. So it looks like there could be some repairs happening here for you in the next couple of days. Maybe somebody coming in to fix your stuff for you. Some real hot mechanic coming in to fix what's going on. But it looks like there's a turnaround when it comes to your health and your finances and your schedule. So things could be shifting that make life a little bit easier for you and give you more space so you don't feel like you're being swamped with just life's difficulties. It's like, give me some more space for some freedom here. And I'm seeing that. All right. Let's see. If there's any challenges or just an oracle for you. All right. So here's what I'm seeing. Some of you are not gonna, some of you are gonna get mad at me. All right, but I'm just saying, growing up, you know, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and we got to grow up. Look, I'm a progressed Capricorn. I feel like I'm in your reading right now because I'm like, I have to pay a huge bill. And I can't, you know, and I'm a healthy body. I can make it work. I got to make it happen, right? Time to grow up if shit's been hitting the fan, right? Life's getting difficult, and sometimes we got to just straighten up our routine, and we've got to figure out a new way to get things done. You know, can't just sit back and wait for it to fix itself, right? But the only challenge I see here is being overwhelmed. Some of you could be so overwhelmed, you know that you've got to do something in your life to make something work or to fix something, right? And being rejected is one of your fears. Every time I try to do something, every time I try to fix something, every time I go after something, every time I try to grow up, Frankie, you know, life throws a big, huge cannonball at me and knocks me down, right? And it's like, I get it. No, I get it. Right? But that's going to be where there could be some opportunities coming in for you in the next couple of days, but you are going to have to put the work in. And that could be the biggest challenge of, do I really want to do this again? Can I do this again? Do I have the strength and the energy? And I'm sending you strength and energy, especially if you feel like you're not being supported. All right, Capricorn. I love you. some of you are not like that. You know, so remember, some of these messages, some people may just really need to hear what I have to say. And always check your sun, moon, rising. There's something somewhere. All right, let's see. Aquarius, one. All right, moving on to Aquarius. All right. Aquarius. Let's see the good stuff coming in the next 48. Yes, awesome hot spring. All right. Aquarius, the good stuff coming in for you. You have the Knight of Swords too. Did Gemini got this? So I'm seeing consistencies. Did Libra get this? So air right now, you know, a lot fast turns, you know, and the next couple days, man, it's like whatever happened 2 days ago, the last 2 days, the next 2 days are not going to be the same. The energy is just like, whoo, we're out of here. Let's go. Or we can, you know, assume the worst and continue to battle something that we could let go of and it'd probably shift. I would not get stuck. My air signs, all of us, but seems to be coming up for the air signs. I think for you, not being convicted in your first thought, not getting stuck on, like you may be, you know, you have a lot of information coming your way, your mind's going crazy, going wild. And it just feels like you could second guess choices that you make, right? Or you know, you could be spinning your heads and you could hear something and then you could think it's great 1 minute and then all of a sudden, whoa. So I would just say, and even in the next couple of days, if you're convicted that something is for certain, this is where that for certain thing is never guaranteed. It could totally go in a different direction. A lot of energy going crazy here. Now, I am seeing the King of Cups for you as well. So you could have a person in the next 48 hours expressing their emotions towards you, you know, deepening your connection with somebody or many people, you know, if it's just, you know, feeling emotional, feeling like, all right, let's talk, let's get deep here. Your relationships deepening, you know, intimacy, feeling like, and if you're, you know, something came up for you, maybe that came up for a reason. So it can help you turn a situation around to where maybe somebody is starting to be able to see you a little bit deeper, you know, and really get you. So you might be a hard read at first. Maybe you'll notice too that you're feeling a little bit more settled in your emotions in the next couple of days, or get out of your head and get into your body and think about what you're really feeling. Don't try and figure everything out, because you can create a lot of stories. All air signs can. You know, one little piece will turn that story into a whole. You ever see those books where you can choose the next, if you want to try this page, go to this one and it takes you down a whole different avenue? That's Aquarius, that's air energy. They add one little piece and you could have a totally different story. But I am seeing somebody, a person coming into your life, or somebody that's of influence in your life. Now the Death card is showing up. All right. So maybe you're finally able to let go of some deep grief that you have. Right? Something changing. Maybe you're finally letting go of something. You're over it. I'm over it. I'm done. I heard myself say that when I flipped out on Monday. I'm done. I haven't said that in forever. You know, the trigger, when you're dysfunctional, no matter how much healing you do, when you get pushed, You always go back to whoever that version was. That I always say that teenager never left. That kid never left. That pissed off, bitter, betrayed person never leaves either. We just got to continue to work on healing it. I was so done and ready to run. I was so done and ready to run. But this feels like you are actually done with something. I said it out loud. I haven't said it out loud in forever. Right? But this does look like you're finishing a process with something that you can't get to me anymore. Aquarius is like, look, I grieved it. I'm done. Peace. See you later. All right. Now, I'm also seeing there's the Five of Swords too. Anybody that's causing you any conflict in the next 48 hours, don't try and figure it out. All right. This is where that Swords card, you can easily get pulled into an argument. You can get pulled into somebody else always having to be right. Don't fight your battles. All right. You're being asked to be the peacemaker in the next 2 days. So for some of my Aquarians, somebody could push you to the edge where you're just like, all right, I'm done with this bullshit. See you later. And it's on your terms. So that's the good news. Now, this clearing, this letting go, though, could bring in obviously somebody new into your life, all right, which could be the turn that you didn't see coming. All right, when you say you're friggin' done, all of a sudden you open the door and it's, hello, who are you? Where you been all my life? So I'm sending that vibe out to you. Hopefully there's somebody really mature coming into your life that, or somebody does want to end resolution with you. Somebody's sick of playing games with you. Somebody's saying, Aquarius, you know what? You mean more to me. Let's stop playing games. Let's do this. All right, we keep trying to one-up each other. Let's stop that shit. Maybe that's your message. Next 48 hours, if somebody needs to be right, let them be right, all right, to resolve conflict. Be done with it. Maybe somebody else is ready to be done with it. You know, we don't need to argue about this anymore. So if you do, let's see your oracle, your challenge. If any, remember, this is an if any, all right? You can't solve every problem, is what I'm also getting. You can't solve every problem. Some problems are just people who like problems, people who will have another problem after you solve that problem. All right, so if there's any challenge, let's see. Any challenges in the next 48 hours? Changed in the night. I don't see this as a problem. Number 11 for you, Aquarius. You have changed quickly. And that was what I was seeing in this reading. Like something for hopefully whoever needs it. Might not be for everybody. But it is almost like this new moon energy and the energy we just went through. You got some clarity on something. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, time for change. I'm done. And that's when the sword gets cut. That's when the king of swords goes, I made my decision. Sorry if it hurt. Sorry if it stings, but I'm moving forward. And you may change in the next 2 days. Huge transformation, very drastic, or change something about your life or a situation or the way you think or process something. It may just, I'm done. You got the go to say it. I'm done. Member for 38 months. Look at this. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, Pisces, we made it. Pisces. All right, Pisces is going to get 134. 34. All right. All right, give me like 20 seconds to shuffle so I can get a good shuffle in. All right, Pisces. All right, Pisces, the good stuff coming in the next 48 hours. You got the Lovers card. You're the first one to get that today. First time I pulled it. So a soul connection, feeling strongly pulled to somebody. And you got the Five of Pentacles underneath that. So maybe somebody finally realized in the connection. Page of Wands. They've been making it difficult for you. And it feels like, you know, you're always missing something. Why is my heart, you know, can't they see my heart? I know I feel them. I can feel the love. So it sucks because you're, you know, the lovers, but sometimes it's just a little tweak, you know, maybe your expectations of what you need in this relationship, they just, you know, don't know, or they haven't experienced it before. So it's hard, you know, to give you what you need if they haven't experienced a relationship like this before. But this could be changing for you. All right, maybe somebody who's been at a distance too. This could be also something's pulling you guys together. You know, the new moon could be bringing in that new start communication energy. And there's the Empress. So abundance and, you know, coming your way here, but also receiving some good news, receiving and feeling nurtured, feeling cared for. You may decide to do something with your health, with your look. You may, you know, decide to go to have a spa day or, you know, barber day. You might buy something for yourself. You might start to feel like you're coming back to yourself, you're coming home, and you're realizing your worth in a situation. Because you can love somebody to death, and even though you know they love you, they still have to show up for you. You can't be doing everything. So this feels like a dynamic issue. Like there's somebody that loves you, clearly. There's somebody that's into you. There's somebody that desires you, but they're not fulfilling all their obligations. And sometimes it may feel like you're constantly being the one to care or to do, and you're being asked here to lean back and let somebody be open, let them give to you. You know, you got to teach them, show them sometimes when it comes to, you know, talking and, you know, doing for others all the time and not leaning back and letting them show up. We don't give them a chance to make something right or put the effort in. But you also can't shut down the effort either. As soon as you shut down the effort, or if it's not good enough, then they won't try again. So you have also some goodness growing, and I don't know if some of you finding out you're pregnant, or some of you, you know, adding to your family in some way. Your family's growing. And very creative energy for you too. So even in the next 48 hours, you may have this surge of creative energy that helps you finish a project or do something or write something creative. And you might be spending some money or doing something fun and, you know, luxurious, good food, good time, entertainment with somebody. I have the World card for you as well. Was there another sign that got this? Virgo, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. South node, North node right now is coming to a close, right? So things come into a close for you, Pisces, and you finally seeing the growth, seeing everything that's coming through. So the next couple of days, you may get some closure. Finally, things coming together. All right. All the things you've been working on finally having meaning, and things actually, you know, completing a cycle. And the Lovers card. So it feels like it has a lot to do with relationships and communication in relationships and being able to express, learning to express your needs and allowing and being open to receive them and not feeling guilty when people asking for people to do stuff for you. The World card could be travel. Some of you could get some travel news. And there it is again, travel, 8 of Cups. So some of you are moving on from any uncertainty that you've been dealing with. So if you have been kind of up in the air, not sure what's happening with a situation, not sure what's happening with your work, I am seeing you in the next couple of days, you'll know where you're going, where things are moving. But I'm also seeing overall evolution for you. So you're closing this chapter with the North Node there. So it feels like anything that needs to be finalized is going to be finalized. I'm saying 48 hours, but obviously it could even be when finally it shifts, the nodes shift. Now, if there's any challenges for you, and this may not be for everybody, but let's see the Oracle Flash Challenge. Thank you all for being here. I definitely appreciate you guys in the live, keeping it rolling. All right. Look at this. All in the golden afternoon. So you have the number 1, which can be inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and you're seeing conception. So I was going to say it could be the Ace of Wands. It feels like the Ace of Wands energy. So I am seeing here, some of you, pregnancy. We are seeing, but also conception of a creative idea, a creative project, something that feels like you can build on it. So you may have a surge of creativity, like I said, using your imagination. Now, your biggest challenge with this could be that you're inspired and you have an imagination, but you're not sure what to do with it, or you're holding yourself back and you're not allowing it to grow, and you're blocking yourself. So I am seeing that if it has something to do with a creative block, or doing something to start a new project, starting your entrepreneurship, or something that you want to do, I am seeing the biggest challenge for you is going to be going out by yourself, giving yourself some space to get it started. All right. You've got to make time and say, this day is going to be when I'm going to start, producing, making it happen, manifesting it in, putting the work in. All right. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Hi, Tito. Elisa, what's up? Thank you guys for being here with me today. These guys, I went good. I said under 2 hours I wanted to do today. I appreciate you too, Jeff. I'm glad I'm here. I showed my face. I made it. And I will see you guys in membership tomorrow. And I'll see you guys Friday for the weekend read. And Sunday's going to be the big one. They're getting longer. That's why I'm recording them. So you guys can, Sunday's the 7-day forecast. And so this one's getting longer too. All right, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sending love and blessings to you guys. Take care.